There.
That's rolling.
See, the camera should be there. And I can look at you and you won't get my profile.
Where's my clicker? Interview with Angie, take one. Okay. Give me a mic check.
Check.
Okay, close. Just where you would be.
Check.
Okay. Thank you for being here. Reluctantly.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody knows that you're my wife. And we've been together for 31 years?
Yes.
31? Going on 32?
Yes.
3 awesome kids?
Mm-hmm.
What was your motivation for homeschooling?
Several things. Initially, I think the first part that triggered it was perhaps my kid was too prepared for kindergarten and was bored.
This is Zach?
Yes. And I remember being upset that he wasn't getting PE or computer time, mainly because there was no gym, and I found out that what they did every day that it rained during the entire month of August, September was watch TV, PBS.
We could do that at home.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. I felt like I could give him a lot more from home because before he started school, we were always doing stuff, visiting museums, going to the park, a lot of outdoor play. That was so important. I hated that they missed all of that if one kid was bad and their recess time was, null. So
Yeah.
just kind of evolved. Turned into one thing after the other.
So you're going to England. This is a trip of a lifetime.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Good people in my life. Basically. It hasn't happened yet.
Oh, yeah. So you got your passport?
Yes.
And you're ready?
Yes.
Is there any other places you want to visit besides England when you go over there? Because, a lot of places are close together.
Oh, there's many. Spain, Italy, Romania, France, of course.
What a lot of people probably don't know, like a lot of my friends that, that I see at shows and stuff, they probably don't know you have a twin sister. Except for at the last show, you brought your twin sister to the show.
Yes.
So, what's
Not
that like?
identical, obviously.
No, but what's that like having a twin?
Well, it's, of course, now at this point in my life, it's wonderful. We switched classes one time. One of us didn't want to take a test. I don't even remember which one.
Wow.
So we switched classes.
When you were younger?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had our tonsils removed at the exact same time. And we were sharing a room together, and neither one of us wanted to have the needle put into our hand the next morning. So when we woke up, we hid in the lockers in our room. We hated needles.
Still do?
One time I remembered, this was the 70s, and we were at this clinic, health department clinic probably. And they had a back door. It was a screen door. Yeah, and we were looking at, and they were prepping the room or whatever, I don't know. And we were waiting to get a shot and, probably to start kindergarten. And we ran out that back door. And these 2 nurses came after us. Yeah, it's fun, so. And then the teenagers, it was quite different. We both wanted our own identity, and we tried so hard to be opposite of each other. But it gets easier. She's like a best friend.
So you just recently found out who your biological father is?
Oh, yes.
Can you explain how that happened?
Well, your mom gave me a DNA test. And I had a first cousin, contact me. And
Because they put your DNA in a database or something?
yeah, and she had done the same DNA test, 23andMe. And she contacted me, and it just kind of evolved from there. She didn't know initially who I was, and I didn't know who she was, and it took her, maybe a few days emailing back and forth, or Facebook Messenger or whatever. And then we figured out, oh yeah, you're so-and-so's daughter. Yeah, there's 7 of us you have siblings, is what she said. There's 7 of you, and possibly 2 more.
Jeez.
I think there were like 3 or 4 different moms. Yeah, my dad was a
Player.
real ladies man. Yeah.
So that doesn't take away from the love that you had for your dad that raised you, though.
No.
Because your
Not at
dad
all.
that raised you was a great guy.
Yeah, I mean, my biological father is dead as well.
And you never got to meet him?
No. As a kid I did.
Oh.
I have one memory of meeting him, but apparently as a baby, but as well. But I have one memory of meeting him, and it was kind of like, oh yeah, hey, happy birthday, I'm your dad. Here's $20 and a card.
Now, I never knew my biological father either. Do you think that kind of bond pulled us together? Or do you think it's just a coincidence?
I don't know. Maybe. But when I was younger, I certainly thought that we had this bond when I discovered that about you.
Your stepfather passed away about 8 years ago? Was it 9 years?
2010.
2010.
So,
9
right
years
at
ago.
9.
That was hard
Yeah.
because he raised you from the time you were what?
Oh, he got us the hard years.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got us, I think I was 11, 12. Yeah. Poor guy. Taking on 3 kids. 2 twin, almost teen girls.
Tweens.
Yes. And we gave him a hard time. Yeah.
He gave me a hard time.
You deserved it.
What are you talking about? I'm a good guy. Your parents didn't like me. How
No,
come your
yeah.
parents didn't like me?
You had
think?
long hair.
Long hair. Judging a book by its cover.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that with my kids.
But you could have been any guy.
Yeah. Took me a long time to win them over, though.
It did.
Do you think my mom liked you from the beginning?
No. No. I'm pretty sure she did.
What do you think she thought about you? What was your flaw? You think that she was like, oh, there's something about that Angie. What do you think the flaw was?
I think it was probably because, you're a teenager and you spend a lot of time in your room and away from your parents, and, you had your guitar at the time and your Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was probably, your time with her was very limited and vital, and I was just another distraction.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was time away from her. Maybe you're also a teenager and maybe you weren't talking to them, and suddenly you had someone in your life you were talking a lot to. And I imagine as a parent I'd probably be like, hey, why doesn't my kid speak to me?
So jealousy.
Well,
Kinda.
I don't know. I think it's different being a mom now. I
Yeah.
definitely can see, hey, I'm
Okay, I don't understand what's going on. Okay, but it's working now. That's weird. Okay. We'll just have 2 different videos. It's not that big of a deal.
It's still just neck up or
Yep.
shoulders out, whatever.
Yep. Yep.
Hate that you're getting this side. Can't hide my face.
Angela, interview take 2. So the day that we met in art class. Well, the day. Okay.
Start over.
So that day in art class when
Yes.
you talked to me for the first time, because I was kind of shy. Can you imagine me being shy? But I was, right?
Yes, you were.
I was.
And that's what I was attracted to. Shy, quiet guys.
Does that mean you don't like me now?
I like you now.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So, describe what was going through your head when you talked to me that first time in art class. We had made some eye contact a few times.
Yes. I had tried to make eye contact with you in junior high, but I never could.
Oh.
I'd see you in the hallway. Never happened. But you look quite different. I didn't recognize you, but I knew there was something familiar about you. And I had just recently discovered your name and went and looked up in my junior high yearbook and found you, and I had cute by your picture. And I remembered right away who you were. The guy I used to see in between lunch periods. We had different lunch periods, and I used to see you in the same spot almost every time in the hallway. And you were taller and you stood out, and it was easy to spot you every time. That was it. No classes. I wouldn't see you for another 2 years. Well, no.
A year.
A year, yeah, because, yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah, when I walked into class, I was like, this is my chance. I had skipped the first part of the class, and our teacher was playing Highlander.
Yep. Miss Pranky.
Yes, Miss Pranky. Yes. I think she's still teaching at Winter Park.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, ooh, empty seat next to him. I'm going to go sit down and talk to him. But I didn't know what to say because I was shy, like you, at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, so I kind of had to hike up onto that table that you were sitting on to sit next to you with the dress on. So I had to be modest at the same time.
Ladylike.
Yes, that's what I was sacrificing, showing the whole classroom my panties just to sit next to you. And, yeah, I just kept sitting there, this awkward silence, and I wanted to say something to you and sit closer, but that would be really weird. So I had to come up with something to say out of the blue. So I pretended to not know what a word meant from the movie. And I asked you a stupid question. So I think the real question here is what you thought of me in that moment.
Yeah, the word was immortal. And I was like, how can this girl not know what immortal means? Like, everybody knows what immortal means. It's opposite of mortal.
He said something about, like, I am immortal or something. I don't know. And I was like, what does that mean? Yeah, as soon as I did it, I regretted it. But not really, because you were talking to me.
So would you give our girls a hard time if they played dumb to win a guy over?
Yes, definitely.
Double standard much?
It is what it is.
When did you find out that I was kind of on the rebound? When did you find that out?
Later than I should have. Yes. And I didn't even understand what you saw in that girl.
Yeah.
I thought she was so beautiful and nice and sweet, and I saw her as something completely different.
Well, she didn't like you, of course.
Oh, well, she had her chance.
Yeah, she blew it. So, give me your best Tony Blakk impression.
You said you wouldn't do this. Make me a sandwich.
What? I do. I make the sandwiches.
Yes, you do. I don't know. You want me to growl?
Yeah. You gotta growl. Everybody growls.
Oh my gosh.
Don't get so close to the mic. Just like you were.
I'm Tony Blakk. I can't do it. I'm not a growler. No, not at all.
Are you attracted to long-haired guys?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially younger. I mean, when I was younger, that would be, I was also really into eyes, though. That would probably be the first thing I recognized about a guy.
Like gouging them out, or?
Yes. No. Contact? Not with a hacksaw.
What is it about long-haired guys? Is it that bad boy thing?
No, because I always liked I think it was the whole, you couldn't have neat long hair. I think it was just that whole
Messy.
confident, messy, unkept a little bit, but clean. Unkept but clean, like, I am who I am and I'm comfortable with it. I like that.
Like a rebel thing? Like they're rebels because they don't care what people think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. But you had to be quiet and shy at the same time.
You're 5'11".
Oh, I'm tall, aren't I?
I'm 5'11". You're 4'11". Do you think that has hindered you in any way, or do you think height isn't a big deal?
It comes in handy to get through crowds.
I bet.
I have no problem getting to the front of the stage.
Yeah.
And then people are usually pretty cool and want to kind of block the short person. So, those moshers. People just want to protect me automatically because I'm so short. So, there's that.
Do you remember being on some dude's shoulders at a Dio concert?
Yes.
And showing your boobs to the guys in the Dio
I
band?
did not show my... Come on, what really happened?
What happened? Did I pull your shirt down?
No, the guy
Someone?
behind you did it.
Oh, I don't remember.
I had a bustier top, the time period.
Okay.
Rock chick.
I just remember this
And
guy.
he unsnapped it, and yeah.
I remember this guy at the FBI. Every time I'd go to the FBI, he's a skinhead dude, he'd be like, I saw your wife's boobs at Dio in 88 or 89 or something like that. And I'm like, cool,
it wasn't
man.
just FBI. We managed to run into him everywhere.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, hey Dio chick. That's what he would
Oh.
say. Hey Dio chick, and I knew who it was right away. Hey Dio chick. He was a cool guy.
So have you always?
He wasn't really a Nazi.
No,
loving
no,
guy.
he just.
You call him skinhead guy.
I call him a skinhead, and he was bald,
Yeah.
and he was young. So you're going to England, and you're probably going to go to like France or something like that too when you're in England. Have you always wanted to travel?
Yes.
Is that?
You know that.
Yeah, but everybody else doesn't know that. Yeah. Just pretend like we don't know each other. Pretend like we just met.
Yes, and I had this boyfriend who never wanted to go anywhere.
So, where have you been so far? I know you went to Australia to visit your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Where else have you gone?
Maryland, Maine, all the states in between.
What about
Niagara Falls,
Canada?
Canada, our honeymoon. Or some guy I was with.
California.
Oh, yes. That was great.
Route 66.
Gotta do that again. Road trip to California.
You did the Route 66.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
If you're not bored taking the Route 66 like I was.
Yes.
What do you want people to remember you by? Besides being a mom, we know you're a great mom. What do you want people
I
to
don't know. I
remember
kind
you
of want
by?
their memory to be a little off. Remember me as tall. Hey, remember that tall, skinny chick? She was all legs. I don't know.
So your
I don't know. I just want them to be able to smile.
So your mom had you when she was pretty young,
Mhm.
and she had 3 kids. She had the twins, you and your sister, and your little brother. What was your childhood like growing up?
Not picture perfect. I think it was pretty obvious to many that it wasn't great. But, I mean, I didn't know that, really.
Yeah, you're a kid. You don't know any better.
I have a lot of great memories in the moment where I remember being happy. So,
Well, you had a lot of freedom, right?
I did have a lot
for
of
like
freedom.
a
Well,
7-year-old kid.
at some point, when my mom left, my brother's dad, yeah. And she was a single mom. So, before that, it wasn't good. So,
Yeah.
but after that, yeah, I had a lot of freedom because, she was a single mom. So,
Did you think you helped raise your brother?
oh, definitely. Yeah.
Change a lot of diapers.
Yeah, But I mean, by that point, actually, I think he was very close to being potty trained. I don't
Jeff?
remember. I do remember
Potty
him.
trained?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. He. What I remember is not so much changing a lot of diapers, but washing out diapers because they were cloth
Oh.
diapers. So, like, I remember being 5 and 6 and having to wash out his cloth diapers. Like, when he would go, we'd take and dunk into the toilet. Yeah, you don't even want to know. It was 70s.
Do you remember when you wanted to do cloth diapers with our kids?
I did with Zeta. Yeah,
That was insane.
it was different.
Yeah.
Different than in the 70s.
You breastfed the kids a little longer than most people.
Yeah,
Do
slightly.
you think that created a bond with you and the kids, or?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all part of it. I mean, definitely early on. And then at some point, it became more about snuggling with me than being hungry. It was more like comfort time for nap. If they wanted to take a nap, that's what they would do. So, yeah, I mean, it certainly created a bond, among other things.
Do you think when a kid's old enough to come up and say, I want some booby, that they're too old to breastfeed?
No.
No? Okay. What about co-sleeping? You were into the co-sleeping too. Would you
Yeah.
still recommend that to other parents?
Sure. If it works for you, if it works in your house,
What if they're a heavy
Good.
sleeper? They're worried about rolling over on their kid and smothering
then
them.
for
or something?
them, that probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah.
I always had insomnia. I woke up with the slightest move, so I was never ever concerned about rolling on top
How
of
the
them.
tables have turned. Because now I have
Yes,
insomnia.
now you have insomnia and I don't.
Oh boy. What's your favorite Druid Lord song?
I keep wanting to say Monarch Butterfly.
No.
It's not Monarch Butterfly.
Monarch Macabre.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
You helped write some lyrics for that, didn't you?
I think so.
I think so. I think you helped with
A few.
I think you helped with 3 Druid Lord songs, helped me write some lyrics when I had writer's block.
Yes.
And you came up with some words.
And I don't recall which ones.
I do.
So don't. Okay. I mean,
I can pick out words that
probably
are
if
not,
I'm listening to them, I'm like, oh yeah, I think I did that line.
I can
But
pick
I
out
can't write off.
I can pick out words that are not mine. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. We're almost done.
The ones that sound girly.
Well, you know, yeah, a little bit. It's just not my style, you know, but I like them. So you have cancer,
Yes.
and it's spread from your breast to your lungs, and now they found some in your liver.
Yes.
And what is your diagnosis? What are they doing? What are they doing different this time than the other 2 times that you had cancer?
Well, we tried a chemo pill and it didn't work. That's how it spread to my liver. So during that 4 months I was on that, it's when it spread. Now I'm on IV chemo again, and I start immunotherapy this week
Nice.
as well as the chemo.
Now, immunotherapy, that's like the new it drug that, you know, that's supposed to
Yes,
have close to a cure.
Right. We're hoping.
You had a lumpectomy before,
Right.
and they didn't get it all, basically. And do you wish you would have got the whole breast removed? What is that called, a mastectomy? Do you
Yes.
wish you would have got a mastectomy?
I try not to dwell on that because I definitely asked for it. I wanted it. Having big breasts all my life, I was ready. I'd always wanted a breast reduction, and I
That's
wanted
quite a reduction, though.
yeah, but that's what I wanted. That's what I went in asking for. And then I found out my oncologist said that wasn't the protocol for the type of cancer I had. Have triple negative. You know, he said I could get a second opinion, and so I decided to see what